What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Car Gods. I'm your host, Rashid, your luxury automotive specialist, and we got a good one today for you. We're going to go over the 2021 Cadillac Escalade, the new generation Cadillac Escalade that everybody's anticipating. Most of you don't know, but I actually got my start in the automotive industry with Cadillac in 2013. So I've been through an Escalade launch before. In 2015, when Cadillac launched the fourth generation Escalade, I was a part of that launch. The Escalade was introduced in 1999. Fast forward, we're all the way to 2021 with the fifth generation Escalade, set to hit the market later on this year. Therefore, I have a pretty intimate knowledge on what to expect with the new launch of the Escalade, and we could talk about some things that I know to be true and also dispel some myths and give you an anticipation date when you can actually see the vehicle on the ground. Because I've got the 2021 Cadillac Escalade playbook. This is not available to the public. That's why they call me the car guide. So with that being said, I'm going to give you my review and my thoughts on the vehicle. And later in this video, I'll give you my contact information so I can get you on the list for your new 2021 Escalade. I can get it delivered right to your doorstep, paperwork in hand. But in the meantime, if you like this video and other videos like it, please hit the subscribe button below and also like, and feel free to make comments. I'd love to hear your feedback. So let's get into it. The new 2021 Cadillac Escalade. Let's talk about some new standard features across the platform on all trim levels. Standard now is going to be 22-inch wheels, no more 20-inch wheels on the entry level. Also, it's going to have the start-stop component. Now, many of you, it's going to be an adjustment for my current generation Escalade owners. Now, some of you already have vehicles that do this, so you're used to the technology, but it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere, so we might as well get used to it. So what it does is when you stop and you're idling, the vehicle shuts down cylinders. The car does not turn off. It will go quiet. Now, a lot of people say it turns off. It does not do so. What it's doing is shutting down those cylinders to help conserve fuel economy and to prevent pollution. Okay? As soon as you let your foot off the brake or you apply the gas, those cylinders will re-engage and you're able to go on your merry way. Those of you who still can't get over this feature, on most Cadillac models, they do offer a button to allow you to shut the start-stop component off. However, every time you restart the vehicle, it's automatically going to come on. So you're going to have to constantly press that button if you want to override that feature. Cadillac has also added automatic emergency braking throughout the platform, along with a rear independent suspension with a longer wheelbase that will enable you to have more leg room and more cargo room as well. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Cadillac also states that the second and third row will nearly close completely flat. There's also a new lower liftover. So that enables you to get larger packages or your dog to be able to jump in the vehicle because it's a little bit lower above the rear bumper. Now let's move to new standard interior equipment. Cadillac has decided to deviate from Bose for the first time that I can remember to a new sound system by AKG. It's a studio sound system with 19 speakers, 2 amplifiers, and 1 subwoofer. Also, heads-up display. Not only is it standard across the entire platform, it's even larger, so it's even easier for the driver to keep their eyes focused on the road. There's also a new electronic gearbox with a multifunctional rotary control and an electronic shifter. And what I think is a new crown jewel of the interior of the Escalade is the new first ever curved 38.3-inch digital display with twice the pixel density as your 4K television. So every time you're getting in your car, it's like you're going to the movie theater. The display is divided into 3 compartments. On the far left is your control panel. In the center is your digital display. And to the right is your infotainment screen, which incorporate touch swipe features similar to your smartphone. Cadillac has always been at the forefront of technology, and this new 2021 Escalade is no exception. Now let's move to optional interior equipment. You can now get a new 2021 Escalade equipped with a full panoramic sunroof, which has never been available in an Escalade. Also, you can upgrade to 12-inch rear video monitors for the second row passengers. On top of that, you can also upgrade the AKG sound system to 36 speakers, 3 amplifiers, and a front and rear subwoofer. So not only when you're sitting in your vehicle looking at the new 38-inch digital display and feel like you're at the movies, it's going to sound like you're at the movies too. This is going to be crazy. I'm telling you, I can't wait to hear this thing. I'm going to be all in. Red lights, y'all going to see me at the red light. Jig. But anyway, now let's talk about another super cool feature that they just added that's been long overdue for the Escalade. Soft closed doors. For a vehicle of this stature, it's been long overdue. It adds a level of refinement and luxury to the Escalade. The Escalade will also have the option for adding a Super Cruise function to your vehicle. Now, if you're not familiar with what Super Cruise is, that's Cadillac's version of self-driving vehicles similar to what Tesla does. However, Super Cruise will not be available on the first initial launch of the Escalade. But with Super Cruise, the vehicle is able to drive itself, and it also has automatic lane change. The vehicle will change lanes on its own. All you have to do is simply put your blinker, whether left or right, and the vehicle will scan the area, look in your blind spot, and then will make the lane transition by itself. Okay, so let's transition a bit. We've talked about all the cool gadgets and gadgets, and most of the things that are tangible that you can touch, feel, and play with. Let's talk about some other things that'll enhance your experience with the new 2020 Escalade. Now, I'm going to talk about the two different sizes of the vehicle. In the industry, we call the regular wheelbase a shorty, and long extended one like a Suburban, we call that is the ESV. So let's take the shorty first, and let's talk about the enhanced cargo space as well as the legroom. So in the shorty, the third row legroom increases 41%. That's over 10 inches. And the ESV third row increases 6.9%. That's over 2 inches longer. Now let's move to the rear cargo area. For the shorty, that's always been an issue with the third row is up and your cargo room from the third row to your lift gate. It's been very minimal. Well, they increased it this time around. With the shorty, you gain 68%. That's over 10 cubic feet of extended cargo room behind the third row. And the ESV gains 5.6%, which is over 2 cubic feet of rear cargo room. Cadillac boasts that the standard size Escalade, as well as the ESV, have the largest cargo room behind first to third row in its class. So now that we're getting closer to the end of this preview and review of the 2021 Escalade, I've given you a lot of great information about some of the new technology, design, and features. So let's talk about the suspension for a little bit. As I stated earlier, it's got an independent rear suspension, which enables the vehicle to have more rear cargo and leg room. Also, the vehicle is also equipped with magnetic ride control, and what they've added is a height adjustment as well as air ride adaptable suspension, which is similar to the Range Rover. Now, those features are optional. Let's talk about the powertrain, the engine and transmission. Now, Cadillac is sticking with its 6.2 liter V8 that's been around forever. They've used that in the Escalade, and Chevy has used that across its platform for years. Very reliable engine. That engine is going to produce 420 horsepower and 460 pounds of torque with a 10-speed transmission. New that Cadillac has added for the first time ever, it's actually offering an optional 3.0 liter V6 Duramax diesel. Yes, I said it, diesel. That engine will be optional with the same 10-speed transmission. That engine will offer 277 horsepower and the same 460 pounds of torque as the V8 option. Now, I'm not quite sure how that's going to work in the Escalade as far as resale. However, if you all remember 10 plus years ago, Ford came out with what's called an Excursion, a super long vehicle that they had a gas and diesel option. What's been my experience since that car went out, the car that has and retains most of its value has always been the diesel version. Not sure if that's going to be the case in the Escalade, but that's yet to be determined. And both the V8 and diesel option will both have a towing capacity of right around 8,000 pounds. Let's get into the pricing and trim levels. There's 4 trim levels in the Escalade. The luxury trim level, which is your entry level. The next one would be your premium luxury. And also there's a sport option. The sport option was most of you guys have been seeing online, but they're not all going to look like that. A sports edition will have the blacked out grille and it'll have black trimming around the edges where you typically would see chrome and a black wheel. The next one from that would be a platinum package. Now a platinum package can be added to the sports trim level or the premium luxury trim level. The premium luxury and the sport have almost identical features as far as technology and options are concerned, but aesthetically the sport is going to look more sporty. Hence, that's why they call it the sport package. But like I said, you can apply the platinum to a sports trim level or the premium luxury trim level. And of course, across the platform, 2-wheel drive as well as 4-wheel drive will be available. Now, pricing, from what I've seen, hasn't gone up much. Entry level, you're going to be looking at the mid-70s. And if you get one fully equipped in ESV 4-wheel drive, you're looking at between $105,000 and $110,000. With that being said, I think Cadillac has done an excellent job with this latest generation Escalade. They've checked all the boxes. They've updated the technology, added some much needed new luxury features, as well as the new design, while all keeping the integrity of the Escalade still intact. I think this is a home run for Escalade, and I know they're pretty proud of the vehicle. Cadillac feels with the release of the new 2021 Escalade that they'll return to their rightful place at the top of the mountain of large luxury SUVs. That's yet to be determined, but I think they're heading in the right direction. Now, to the elephant in the room. When can you get your hands on the new 2021 Cadillac Escalade? Initially, before the pandemic, Cadillac projected that the vehicle will be out in the fall. Now, they're still hoping to get some of the vehicles to the market in the fall, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit later. I'm thinking sometime around October, November. And with that being said, most of your local dealers won't get more than 30 to 50 during 2020. You'll probably start getting an influx of more inventory as manufacturing is able to ramp back up to full speed at the first of the year. I'm pretty confident about that timetable from what I've been seeing and hearing from Cadillac. So if you're hearing anything to the contrary, please do your research. I will show you the last person that bet me some Escalade knowledge. This is what happened. Yeah, so anyway, how can you get an Escalade? You can reach out to me via email at levelluxuryauto@gmail.com. You can also DM or message me on Instagram at RASHID_the-car-god. I'd be happy to get you on the list. That's the best way to guarantee you one. You can build it exactly how you want it. I can do nationwide shipping. We can send the vehicle directly to your doorstep with paperwork in hand. I hope you've enjoyed this video, taking a little time to talk about the new Escalade. I'm excited about it, and I know most of the people are. Again, I'm Rashid Floyd, your luxury automotive specialist, the Car God. I'd love to get you in a new Escalade and earn your business because the Car God got it.